Hey everybody, this is Joel Toppin, and I just got a couple packages in the mail from GMT Games. It's a couple of their partner games from Vivictus and Cons and Carton, one of the Lundy Foil Edition games. And I thought I'd show you what comes inside the package, and Smokey is going to help watch while I do this. So let's go ahead and pull these out of the packages and see what's inside. Okay, we'll start with Alea Iacta Est, the death of the Roman Republic from 49 to 29 BC. Let's go ahead and take a look inside here and see what we got. First of all, we have a, looks like a color rule book. And let's see how many pages this thing's coming in at. Looks like there's charts and stuff in the back. And you got about 18 pages of rules. It's got English rules. The game was originally, designed in French, but it has been translated in English, so you have both English and French editions. So I think GMT is just selling the English ones. So that's what you got here. Looks pretty moderate in complexity. Several scenarios. Looks like there's at least 7 different scenarios, and probably a grand campaign. So let me just confirm that. Let's see if there is a grand campaign. Let's see here. Yeah, from Caesar to Augustus. That's the whole shooting match there. So it looks like you get several different scenarios in there. So that is the cover and rule book. Inside there were several baggies, which is interesting for a Ziploc edition of a game. So there's several baggies to put the bits in. It's kind of a nice little surprise there. Of course, then you have the counters. These games always have really nice counters. They're nice and thick, usually back printed nice and square, no real problems. Occasionally you have to do a little bit of translation because sometimes they have them in markers. The text is in French, but the depiction makes it obvious what the counter represents. In this case, I don't see any here that's going to be an issue. Looks like most of them are in Latin. So there you go. There's the counters. You got one sheet of counters. And we got a map with this as well. So let me unfold this and we'll take a look at the map. Okay, so this is the whole map. Just unfolded it here. Smokey's still helping me model it. He's exhausted because he just went for a walk. Alright, here we are. It is a full map sheet. A lot of the times these magazine games, it's just, 17 by 22 inches. It's a half sheet. But this is the whole thing. It's a full poster-sized map. The art is, it's not anything that jumps out and says, wow, but it looks to be pretty functional. It's easy enough to read. There are looks like there's some areas where it's written in French, but again the translation's right alongside it, so should have no problems playing this whatsoever. So it looks pretty neat. There you have it. This is the history of the Republic in crisis from the time of Caesar through the time of Augustus. Alright, so that is Alea Iacta Est. Now let's take a look at this one. Bellum Gallicum 2. Caesar's campaign in Gaul. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the shrink wrap off of this. Now this one here is not a Lundy Foil edition from Cons and Carton. It is it's a copy from Vivictus magazine. So let's go ahead and pull the shrink wrap off of this and take a look inside. Okay, I've gone ahead and pulled the shrink wrap off. These editions of games come in like a folder. So you have an outer hard, thicker cardboard sleeve, and then there's a part here that kind of holds everything together. So inside you'll find the rule book. Again, it's going to be full color, English and French editions, weighing in at 23 pages, but I think, and look at this again, because I think some of these Vivictus have the French, the French rules are in front. That's why the rule book looks longer and feels longer than it should. You have the French rules in the front half, and then you have the English rules in the back. So really, the rules are only weighing in at 12 pages. So again, moderate complexity. So there you have it, nicely illustrated. I've heard good things about this one. Not all of those Vivictus games work well. Some of them, I think, and it might have to do with the English translations. I think maybe sometimes things get lost in the translation. I wasn't a big fan of the Berlin game. But this one here, I've heard good things about, so I'm really intrigued by it. Go ahead and take a look at the map here. It looks like it's a half-sheet map. So let me unfold it here. And sure enough, that is a half-sheet map. Nicely illustrated. I think it's a little bit more lavishly illustrated than the one, the Iacta Est game. But here you have it. It's Caesar's campaigns in Gaul. Very, very interesting topic. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing how this game plays out. All right, we have some charts here. Again, English and French. And looks like you get 2 of these. Double-sided. Looks like you got the French on one side, the English on the other. There you go. So really only one sheet of charts. Then you have a tribes table of sorts. It may involve some photocopying. Looks like you're going to have to, there's a little bit of record keeping of sorts with this. So, and again you have the, looks like the French on one side and the English on the other side. Alright, so 2 play aids, one of which does need, it looks like, to be photocopied. And then you have 1 sheet of counters. And again, it's a really nice Vivictus European style counters. They're nice and thick, well centered, well cut. Never had a problem with these counters. These always look really great. All right, so that is Caesar's Campaigns in Gaul. That's again, the title of it is Bellum Gallicum 2 from Vivictus Games, and Alea Iacta Est from Cans and Cartons, the Lundy Foil editions. And again, I got this through the distribution of GMT Games. So I'm Joel Toppin. That guy there is Smokey. Wake up, Smokey. There we go. He's just tuckered out. And that's what comes inside the package.